Hey guys, happy Saturday. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Definitely still snowing here in Grand Prairie. Again, it's definitely not letting us down as far as weather goes. Hopefully everybody else is staying dry and not too overwhelmed with the snow, as I know most of us that have been on holidays are going to be starting to go back to our jobs here pretty quick. Which I know is going to be a shocker for me because driving in this is yet to be desired. So today is January 3rd and it's called the Wolf Moon. It is one of the first supermoons of 2026 and it's very powerful. It has to do with elimination, emotional release, energetic revowel. So the energy right now might be feeling really heavy and stagnant and it's not really moving around very much. But keep faith. Remember that this is the year of the horse. So that means that even though things feel despairing in the moment where things aren't really moving or going as quickly as we'd like it to, it's just around the bend. So what it's basically saying is it's going to be coming to a plateau. Things are going to start evening their ways out. All this overwhelmed and emotional and drained and carrying too much is going to start coming to an end. You're going to need to breathe. You're going to need to get some clarity. And it's good to get this out because honestly, in the beginning of a year, do you really want to be bringing all this garbage near the end? I don't think so. So I think it's a good thing to bring into the surface of starting right away. So yeah, looks like this one wants to pop out nonstop. It says perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So all the stuff that you're feeling right now, all that heaviness, all this stuff that feels like it's energetically draining you, it's basically saying have a different perspective. None of this is going to matter pretty soon because it's all going to come racing in and it's all going to take care of itself. It's going to balance itself out because again, yeah, you can only go so far down, right? Things have to turn around and go up. And even in this card, here we go. First thing I was doing is I was looking at the card and I thought, is that a moon? Which would be for today. No, it's actually Earth. And then as soon as that went, guess what card fell out? A new Earth. So it says it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So what I'm seeing from the perspective from the Wolf Moon today, which has been having a lot of energies that have been holding people back, stagnant, heavy. It's not the most positive energy. And knowing that the year of the horse, which means things are coming in quite quickly. It's all about perspective. Know that something new and fresh is coming in. Hold on to the vision because it's just around the bend. It's all going to ground out. It's all going to plateau out. It's all going to make itself a great ending to this cycle that we're doing right now with the moon. So hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday. Relaxing, watching TV, watching my podcast. I don't know, doing whatever it is that you guys want to be doing on this beautiful day. So I was going to tell you a little briefness about a story of mine. So the story is that one of the things about me, most people that do know me know that I still sleep with a nightlight on. I think my whole life I've pretty much slept with a nightlight on just for the perspective of being a sensitive. I've always seen and heard things, and weirdly enough, I don't like to not know what's coming. I like to see what's coming. So even to this day, I still sleep with a nightlight on, and this gives me comfort. Again, I'm 53 years old, and I'm still sleeping with a nightlight. So I think, whatever makes you feel comfortable in that moment is what makes you feel comfortable. I think we all have our own things that we do that maybe we don't share with absolutely everybody. So yeah, there was I lived in Newfoundland for about 4 years myself. Well, with my family. Back then, my dad was in the army, and that's when we were considered army brats. So basically, we'd be moving around a lot. I was born in the Ontario region, lived there off and on, moved to Newfoundland, settled in BC, and now I'm up here in Alberta. So usually when people meet me, they're like, oh, you got a little bit of an accent. I'm not really sure. Where are you from? And it's like, well, I would say I'm a little bit of everything of Canada. So This is what a healthy Canadian mix looks like. um, so yeah, so there's a couple of stories in Newfoundland. One of the ones I like to share is the one that my brother shares with me sometimes. And he said he feels that, I always sometimes feel like there's been a few times in my life where I've been at the right place at the right time, and I've been able to help somebody or save them or get them through something. And I remember one time my parents were house hunting or whatever they were doing, whether it was for a bunk or a house that we were going to move in, just because there were so many of us. Maybe we were renting. I don't really know what they did back then, honestly. But yeah, my grandmother, who I called Grams, was upstairs in the hotel. My brother was outside. And something told me, you need to go downstairs and go check this out. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to follow my intuition and go with that. And I went downstairs, and I remember seeing this heavy set man. And he had like khaki colored pants on, white t-shirt, and a gray like trench coat and some weird hat. He was heavy set. And he was giving my brother money. And I was like, this is really strange. So I said, what's this all about? And he's like, oh, this man's giving me money. And I'm like, well, maybe we should go talk to Grams about this. And the guy's like, oh, no. I said, no, we're going to go. Let's go. I brought my brother up, and we went and told my grandmother, and we came down, and the guy was gone. My brother felt to this day that he felt if I didn't come in at that particular time, that, maybe he wouldn't be here today, because he felt that guy had alternative motives in that time, right? So it's a little story for that part of the Newfoundland. There's some pretty compelling paranormal stuff from Newfoundland too. That was more of just a short story that I was sharing from my past and the things that go on with me, because we're just rambling. We talk tonight. But so I'm going to keep it short. I hope you all are having a great night. I know I've said that a million times, and I'll say it a million more. And I wish you all well going into your weekend, almost at the work week. We got this. New Year's going to start. Things are going to go well, and it can only go up from here. This winter's going to end eventually. We've got 2 months to go, and then everything just clears up from here. So let's get rid of all the bad, and we'll start bringing in the good. Happy Good Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon. Namaste, peace out, and Charmaine.